Every time we hear sirens, I'll confess, we're not so cold about this and we don't jump a little bit. You hear them and it gets a little scary. And it is that kind of feeling, that fear and that anger that we have found consistently on the streets of our city. And more on that to your CNN's Beth Nissen.
This is what New Yorkers woke up to this morning. Those who'd managed to sleep at all during a night of surreal quiet. No planes overhead, no car alarms, strangely no sirens. This morning, no traffic jams, no rush hour crowds, no 110-story buildings where 2 had stood yesterday. People rushed to buy up postcards, vibrant reminders of what New York City looked like on Monday.
I'm used to seeing the Twin Towers, and this morning they weren't there. And it was sad. It was just, it's just horrible.
Yesterday it was all so unreal, so distant. By today, it had hit home. So many people knew the name of someone who never called home yesterday, never came back from work. A neighbor, a friend, a brother-in-law.
What he looks like, and if anyone's seen anything, we'd appreciate them calling to try to help us out. The phone number is 718-432-5982, and anything that anyone can do to try to help us find him.
People who hadn't read a newspaper in months hunted down copies today, read every word, gasped at still photos that stopped the heart. It had happened. It had really happened. Slowly today, the state of stun, the disbelief, gave way. In some cases to anger. In this city of fast moves and blunt words, there were many who wanted vengeance in a New York minute.
I've always been a bleeding heart liberal, but right now I certainly feel a lot of anger, and, you know, I mean, there's a side of me that wants to see our government just go and whoever's an enemy, just hit him now and ask questions later.
But as most people began to comprehend what had happened at the World Trade Center, what had to have happened to all those people, disbelief gave way to sorrow, to great aching sadness. So many people in this city of walkers walked with their heads low today, depressed, defeated somehow. The bad guys seem to have won this time. Americans don't have much experience with defeat. New Yorkers don't ever admit it. Hundreds lined up on the West Side Highway, the main access to the attack site, to offer their support, to rally their spirits. But on the day after, just one long day, millions of New Yorkers are already so weary. New Yorkers don't wait well, and they've had to wait for the phone call saying, "I'm fine, she's okay," or "We haven't heard from him yet." They've had to wait for hard facts. How many saved? How many lost? Who did this? And why? And today they began to realize the waiting may last weeks, months, even years. The waiting for answers, for comfort, for peace of mind, for justice. For the first day they wake up and don't immediately think of this. Beth Nissen, CNN, New York.